Hi. You know, there's two things that run this world. First, women. Yeah. You can't live without women. At least I can't. You can? Hey, great, go for it. Well, you don't know what you're missing. Now, the other thing is coffee. You gotta have coffee, okay? And mine, the second cup's gotta have marshmallows in it. Yeah, oh yeah, marshmallows and coffee. Ugh. When I found that, how can you be mad, angry, and have a bad day with marshmallows and coffee? I think it's pretty much impossible, and that's probably why I do it. But anyway, life sucks without a woman. It really does. Women are amazing. At least I found them to be amazing, and I think you should too. Maybe you don't know why they're amazing, but maybe after this you will. First of all, a woman is a partner. Yeah, it's great to have a partner, really is. I mean, I love holding hands. I love opening the door for them, and now nothing makes me angrier than to see some asswipe walking 10 feet in front of his woman to go into a store or into some private event or something. What the hell is he afraid that, that he can't get there fast enough and he doesn't, maybe he doesn't want to be seen with her. That's what I've always thought. He does not want to be seen with this woman. Only when he's in the car and only when he's home, but not out in public. Well, what the hell? I don't understand that, but that's just me. All right, they're your friend. My, what would I call it? Experience has been that every woman I've been with has been a great friend. They're a confidant, somebody that I can tell things to, and I don't expect anybody else to hear about it. Then, that makes them a supporter. That makes them somebody you can trust, somebody that, and then people say, I want to get this straight. Well, I can't trust them. They'll go tell everybody anything I say. Or they don't do the dishes, or they don't do this. Let me tell you, you ruin the woman. Because a woman who loves you, I don't want to say the word respect because I don't like that. All right? But she's crazy over you. You don't have to ask her to do anything. She'll be there long before you to make sure that you're happy. And if you talk to her and say, what am I, and this is my big pet peeve, I don't like a dirty kitchen. I can't handle it. So I have to clean up right after I cook and sometime really quick they're going to get my dishes done. I just can't go in there 2 or 3 times and see that. It just bothers me. I don't know, did that come from my mom? Maybe. And that's a good thing. So you ask yourself, what came from your mom? What did you bring into the relationship that was positive that you brought from your mom? Maybe you relook at that. Women are amazing, but, maybe they could be better. But you don't own a woman. They're like a cat. Well, they're both, the P word. So the reality is, no, a cat owns you. If it does not like the way you're treating it, when you let it out, it's going to go somewhere else. Isn't that a lot like a woman? Well, it's your own fault then, isn't it, guy? And that's in case there's a guy watching this. I hope there is. Maybe I can help him. They're a supporter. Now, I love having somebody to support the things that I'm passionate about. Whether it's music or whether it was in the old days, martial arts, or whether it was boats. Oh, you ever try to be on a boat by yourself that's, 35 feet long and has 2 bedrooms? What the hell are you doing with the bedrooms if you're on there by yourself? No. You gotta have a woman. And a woman, she can make your life a dream. Now, I always looked at it from the point of view that Some people out there, they feel that, they're better off alone. Well, I think maybe you are too. Because if that's what you think, then you are. But I think I'm better off with a woman. And I just absolutely love having one around, which I'm working on right now. All right, so I think women have proved themselves. I think they've proved themselves in combat. I think they've proved themselves as jet fighters and infantry people and tank drivers. And I think they've proved themselves in sports a couple million times. It's only a matter of time before you're going to have a female quarterback. And now everybody's out there, oh, you know why they don't have females? Because it'd be touchy, touchy, touchy. Let me tell you something, idiot. Have you ever heard of guys in high school wrestling to women? Yeah, you didn't think about that one, did you? And they got a hell of a lot less clothes on than a football player does, believe me. All right, so I think also that they proved themselves in having children, because you haven't lived yet until you've had a child with a woman, and you're basically in the delivery room. They love you, they want to kill you at the same time, but they're the most powerful people that exist. You can't go through what they go through. It's impossible, because you don't have the guts, and you don't have the willpower. And you probably don't even have the, if you're one of the stupid politicians, they believe that guys can have women or can have children now. So, hey, whatever trips your trigger. But the answer is women do a great job at it. And that's my opinion. And I have, I had a son. Most fantastic person in the world, and I had how many daughters? 2 daughters, and they're great. They're best there is. But they had a mom who was superior, and she was everything anyone could ever want, and I did. And you know what? She was all those things, but I started to make this big mistake that you guys, Guy. I took her for granted. And when you take a woman for granted, they start to feel it. They start to see it. And they start to say, I'm not property here. I got needs. And sometimes their needs are not physical. They're emotional. And a lot of people can't handle anyone who has emotional needs. Me, I can. I mean, I understand it. Nothing better than to sit down and talk to somebody who's hurting. Not run outside or into the garage and say, well, she's a woman, she can handle it. Hey, I saw something cool on Facebook yesterday. I thought it was really cool. It was a video about a girl. She was probably, I want to say, 25 or so. And she was in a park, and she was sitting there. And she saw a guy sitting on another park bench. And she just, you could see those bells going off in her head. And she did what's against society. She got up, she walked over, and she started a conversation and eventually asked for his number and asked him if he wanted to go out and have coffee with her sometime. What? You know that's not the way it is. Hell, that's what's wrong with our world. I think all women should do that. All females should have the ability to go out and look for a date. Not freaking have some guy have to freaking approach her. Nothing pisses me off worse than when I'm playing and I never have seen a woman get up and walk over and ask a guy to dance. And the guys, they're too damn chicken. So they won't, they'd have to have 18 beers in them when they can't walk. And then they talk like crap anyway. So that's when they think they own the people around them. Well, I'll tell you what, dude. 2 things ruin your sex life fast. Booze and drugs. I mean fast. No excuse for either one of them. I don't believe in them. I did them when I was in the first band I was ever in. I was touring around with this band. And yeah, everybody was doing drugs. So that was great. But I woke up one day and I said, what the hell are you doing? And that's the toughest thing in the world, is to admit you're wrong. But that's what you got to do. Memory. I was in a... Well, by the way, before we leave, to all you women out there, go for it. You're special. Oh, and if you tell yourself that you shouldn't be in a bikini or you shouldn't be wearing those clothes because your daughter said so, or in your head you think so, you need to look in the mirror and see the beautiful person that's in there, because you forgot. And there's, you're letting yourself down. Because you deserve everything you want. Just go get it. Memory. I was probably about 10 years old, and we used to go to this park, and right after we played softball, or Little League, I guess it was called. But I don't think it was even called that back then, whatever they called it. And I liked baseball. It was fun. Now, the thing is, it got me at first. That was the only time, because we lived in the country, that I ever got around the kids. And so that was cool. So I got people and friends during what time the baseball game was on. So here, I go jump on a merry-go-round after, everybody else is doing it. One of them things where you jump on and it spins around, and then everybody, if you're a kid, well, you hang out over the edge and see how fast the other people can spin you around and all that. Well, it was great. And then, for some stupid reason, I thought I could stay on the merry-go-round without holding on. Well, I went flying off and wham! Right on my arm. Now, I've just got into baseball. I'm just enjoying life. I was probably even just starting to learn to write good. And bang! Broke my arm. And it's affected me my whole life. Of course, it's my right arm, so I feel it when I'm playing. But I couldn't write. Couldn't do any more baseball. Real hard time doing chores on the farm. And why? Because I made a stupid decision. And we're going to get into that more and more and more once I do the video on what is the answer for crap happens. So with that, subscribe. You're holding us up. Ring the bell. Comment. I'd like to do this for a long time to help you and help me have some friends and kind of let you know what life was like back then. Not an English lesson. So, until the next time. Love.